Good morning, friends. Um, my husband and I like to have a motto for the year, and the motto this year is work within your means and use what you have. So, our motto is meant to span over physical requirements, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So, one might say don't expend emotions on things that you don't even have the emotional energy or capacity to do so. So, work within your means and use what you have. And if you have it to give, then give it. But to make assessment about what it really is that you have to offer and not to overextend in such ways. The physical part for us, we also have underneath that umbrella, above all else, be ecological and ecologically conscious. And so the reason for that is because physically, if we are not here on a planet to enjoy ourselves, then what does any of it matter? And along with that, today I wanted to lift up Eunice Foote. Eunice Foote wrote a paper in 1856, and the paper was titled, I think, Circumstances That Affect the Warmth or Heat of Sun Rays. And it was presented at the American Academy for Advancement of Science. And here's the thing, she did not present her own paper. And why? It is because she was a woman. And she was one of the first that looked at some of the gases that produce heat and how that might affect our atmosphere. And so she was one of the very first and pioneering people with minds around our global warming and our problem that we now face as a ecological crisis. So what I would like to lift today is, we can get so divisive in our nature as human beings and so dualistic of minds and so binary. One is right, one is wrong. And if we do not do that, then we can't evolve. And if we can't evolve, then if we don't survive, then we don't evolve as a species. So it's very natural in our makeup to be right, wrong, or binary. And we were at one point right or wrong. A woman could do this or she couldn't do that. And at that time, that really great mind of Eunice's was overtaken, it was stomped on, and it was certainly not given any credit for. Here's the other thing, statistics of all sorts and numbers don't lie of all sorts say if we educate our youth, and particularly young women, that is our best ecological and economical way out of the crisis that we face. So I'm here to say, let's lift our young women and let them know they can be anything they want, from a scientist to a mathematician to a actress to a dancer to a manager of a restaurant. Whatever it is, let's lift them in what their passions are, because there's no sense cutting off 50% of the intelligent minds that we have on this planet. And we would do wise and do well to look back at our mistakes in doing so. So for today, let's put gender aside and look at each other as individuals and lift each other. Blessed be, and cheers.